Do you want Dr. Strange's time stone in order to look to the future to find the best way to heal and recover? Or maybe are you scared right now, wondering how your pain is going to influence you in the future? In this video, I'm going to continue my multi-series video on the Marvel Infinity Stones and what you can do to unlock those powers within you. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to unlock the time stone in you to unlock your full potential to heal in the future. Hi, I'm Daniel Degenert from the Rethink Pain Workshop. I'm a hypnophysio who geeks out on any kind of pop culture healing references and how I can use them to help me and you to heal. Now let's get into this episode, Time Stone Edition. The Doctor Strange movie is the story of a world-famous neurosurgeon, Dr. Stephen Strange, whose life changes forever after a horrific car accident, where he loses the ability to use his hands, which he uses for surgery. When traditional medicine fails, he's forced to look for healing and hope in an unlikely space, a mysterious place called Kamar Taj. And he quickly learns that it's not just a center for healing, but the front line battle against unseen dark forces that are trying to destroy our reality. And before long, Strange, armed with newly acquired magical powers, helps to save the entire universe. And this movie depicts a very real downward spiral that many people have after either a diagnosis of a new condition or a challenging injury. And at the last moment, he resorts to those ancient wisdoms, which is similar to a lot of people as well. This idea of wanting to be fixed instead of pursuing healing. In the end, it's when the Ancient One dies and Strange is having this conversation with him on the astral plane. They have a really interesting conversation. The Ancient One says, "When you first came to me, you asked me how I was able to heal Jonathan. I didn't. He channels dimensional energy directly into his own body." So Stephen Strange says he uses magic to walk. And that idea is so similar to many that I have worked with over the years. Believing that coming to me, I can fix them. Or going to even the surgeon to fix them. But our bodies don't work that way. It's only when they take, and you take, complete ownership of your healing process that you can truly begin to understand how to move forward when you have a life-changing diagnosis or condition. Physios, surgeons, occupational therapists, massage therapists, we don't fix things. We just provide an environment for your own body to heal. And taking this time stone and jumping ahead a few movies, in the Infinity Wars, Dr. Strange uses the time stone to look forward to millions of different possibilities. And he finds that there's one chance at defeating Thanos. And it took time, but he was able to look into the future to see these things and to know, okay, this is the path that I want to have. We also seen the opposite in the new What If series, that an alternate reality of Doctor Strange attempts to go back in time to change that car accident, because in that reality, it kills someone that he loved. And he's told you can't go back in time and change that time because it's an absolute point. And if you change an absolute point, it changes the fabric of time and space. And I think anything in our past, when we reflect and focus in on that space, it causes us to lose out on our present moment or our present experience, and that there's no ability that we can look and change that past, no matter how powerful you are. So instead of focusing on trying to change the past, it's about looking to the future and seeing which of the millions of possibilities is going to be the one that provides you the most healing. So how can we unlock our own inner time stone in order to look to the future? Well, there's two things that I want to teach you about. These are things that I learned from my hypnosis training. And the first is future pacing. It seems like a really simple thing, but it's simply pretending that the change has occurred, that you've attained that complete healing, and then pretend you're not pretending anymore. What would you look like? What would you feel like? What kinds of thoughts and things would you be doing? And then just simply stepping into that experience. The other thing that I want to teach you today is empowering questions. The using what and how questions instead of the why me type questions. What and how questions are process questions. They look to find solutions for things. So if the question that goes in your mind is, why did I have this injury? Why do I experience this pain? Your mind's going to find an infinite amount of reasons for that to happen. Whereas if you switch and start asking what and how questions, what can I do to promote this healing? How can I heal more today than I did yesterday and have a great time doing it? It allows you to focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. And these empowering questions, just using what or how to drive your behavior, to use the future pacing of the place that you want to be in the future, these questions are how you get there. And you can do them in many different ways. In my previous episode, The Mind Stone, I talked about the question, what would complete healing look like to me? That's a what question that in itself made a big change for me. And then I used it in different ways. How can I achieve complete healing today or promote complete healing today and have a great time doing it? And then looking at those things, just using what and how questions, making them specific for you, your goals, your body. And that can be a really important way that each day you're starting to promote your mind to focus on the thing that's important. Our minds, our brains have one part called the reticular activating system. Now this is a part of our brains that notices patterns. The last time that you bought a big purchase, say it was a car, maybe you had different models and colors that you were looking at, and the moment that you purchased the car and drove it off the lot, you see it everywhere. Like, oh, I didn't realize there's so many people that had this vehicle. And it's not that all of a sudden everybody else bought that vehicle at the same time as you. No, your mind just recognized this is an important thing because you put a lot of money into it. And then where can I see it else in the world around me? So when we focus on the things that we want to have, the what questions, the how questions, start to determine how that healing will look in the future, you're going to be able to find those experiences in your environment, the things that will promote that healing much more easily. And that's the way that you use that infinity stone of the time stone in order to look to the millions of possibilities and infinite possibilities of the future and start to ask the questions and see yourself into that future that you want to achieve. Now, if you want to integrate these types of processes, the future pacing and the empowering questions, you can use this hypnotic process that I'm going to guide you through right now. Now remember that this is hypnotic in nature, so don't operate any heavy machinery, and if possible do so in a place where you can fully focus. Now, in order for this technique to be effective, just bring in a bit of childhood curiosity. Pretend that you are Dr. Strange looking into those infinite futures. And in a moment, I'm going to tap my watch 3 times. On the first tap, your eyelids will start to just get a little bit tired, get a little bit more relaxed. On the second tap, they'll start to relax even more so that they'll just want to close. And by the third tap, that your eyes will just relax so much that they'll just close and they just won't want to open. Ready? I want you to want it to happen, expect it to happen, watch it happen. Here's the first tap. Notice that the eyelids just seem to get a little bit more relaxed and tired. Eyelids getting more relaxed, wanting to blink, close. And as you notice those eyelids just feeling more relaxed and tired so that they close, you can make that choice to remain closed now. Because as you relax those muscles so much that they just want to close, that you can try to open them and just notice it's just different than it was before. That it's a challenge. You just don't even want to open them. You want to stay in this space to look forward to the future. And as you do, I want you to imagine that you're walking down a path of branching of time, a path that takes you down, that you can see all the different parts of that path that go to different futures, but you want to follow that one, go to the one that you find that complete healing. And as you walk down that path, I want you to just notice what you see around you, what you feel in your body as you approach and get to that space where that complete healing has occurred, looking a year or more into the future, where you're feeling more positive, confident in yourself. You're feeling more comfortable, doing more of the things that you enjoy and love. And as you do that, how does that make you feel? What do you notice? How do you stand or move right now? What do you look like? What are the things that are around you, the things that you hear? And as you see that future image of yourself that achieved that complete healing, I want you to start to ask that version of yourself, what did you do in order to achieve that complete healing? How can I achieve complete healing and enjoy myself today? What can I do now to promote a healing environment in my body? And as you ask those questions, some answers may come right now, or they can just sit in your mind to allow you to focus on the things that are going to promote that healing environment in the future. And as you notice that future version of yourself, in a moment I'm going to get you to step into that future person, to integrate that possibility of a potential for you to heal. And as you step into that body now, integrate that person, giving yourself a big hug. In a moment, I'm going to get you to take a full, deep breath in and out. And at the end of that breath, you're going to say the word in your mind or out loud, peace. And as you do, it'll integrate that future version of yourself and allow you to use powerful, positive, empowering questions to heal now in each moment into that potential future of healing. Taking the deep breath in and out. Peace. And as you hear that word in your mind or out loud, it anchors this experience even more powerfully so that you can return to it quickly and easily anytime that you want to see that future version of yourself. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5, where on 5 you'll be fully awake back to the here and now, ready to use that integrated future self and empowering questions to improve how you feel. 1, coming to the surface 3 times, more excited and looking forward to the future before. 5, wide awake now. Hi, tune into your body. How much better do you feel? Well done. So thank you for interacting with this episode. And if you have a favorite movie or TV show or comic book that you want that for me to provide you the healing experience that's in it, comment below. Or just comment below how much better you feel after this. And of course, like and subscribe to get more of these episodes each week. And next week, I'm going to be teaching you how to unlock the Power Infinity Stone to tap into that inner power that you have. And if you want to watch my most powerful pop culture healing episode, it's the Star Wars Force Healing. To help you reduce pain and stress, you can click on that now as well. The more we all heal, the more we all heal.